Hurricane relief advocate. Pretty much what I want you to kind of think about is for those of you who want to help and who have already helped, make sure you listen to this because you will see. Make sure you listen to this. And pretty much with a hurricane relief advocate is anybody who is helping anyone related to the hurricane. So if you are a volunteer, if you're donating, if you are getting supplies, if you're are hauling supplies, getting things together, if you're organizing, are you writing, a list of information to put out on social media, you're an advocate. You're advocating for those. If you're sharing information, but let me tell you, when it comes to you helping others, there's 5 powerful actions you need to take. Yes, 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 yes. You need to take some actions if you're helping others. And, you can use discernment of what you need. And like, I would say somebody looking out, they may say, oh, you don't need all of that if you're just, but you don't know where somebody is. You don't know where. But if anything, of how much we may want to help someone, you have to make sure that you are well, because you cannot be going out there, even if you're inside your own home, extending yourself and then you end up needing help. It doesn't work that way. And when I say it doesn't work that way, just meaning your body doesn't work that way. So these are five powerful actions that you can take as your role as you are a hurricane relief advocate. And again, I don't already say what a hurricane relief advocate is. And you can add, even more individuals to this because, it's all inclusive. No one is excluded because of the fact, the way that your mind works, and especially for those of you who are entrepreneur, business owner, and leaders, definitely because, especially if you're with agencies or with certain companies, you are working overtime. And it depends on kind of business that you have as well. You're working overtime. So again, 5 powerful actions for hurricane relief advocates. 1, center yourself, center your foundation. Now I'm just going to name them out, then I'm going to explain them, okay? Center your foundation, move, take notice, be present, and be authentic. You're like, Sharon, what do that got to do with me being a hurricane relief advocate? Because believe me, if you do not center yourself, center your foundation, center yourself, I meant to say ground. If you do not ground yourself, then you're going to burn out. You don't need to be stressed. Seriously, we need to stop this. You don't need to be stressed and trying to help somebody out. Then somebody going to help you out. And then the world is kind of like looking at us like, oh, well, they gave all they gave and they were just helping. No, stop that. You said that you are a vessel. Take care of your vessel. And if anybody come after me, go after yourself, okay? Because this is true. Because I've been this close of extending myself out, working. And it's like, no, it needs to stop. Because how can you truly be celebrated if you're not taking care of yourself? So, if you are again, you can be home on the computer, but if you're on that computer too long, at least take a break. So again, center yourself, and pretty much that means taking that deep breath, see where you are, feel where you are, be where you are, and just in breathing, take a couple of breaths. Just take a couple of breaths. And then, but there are those, sometimes you may not need to settle down. Sometimes you may need to boost yourself up. So that's when you would do the fire breath. I'm not going to explain it here. So just, Google fire breath and they'll tell you how to do it. You'll see some videos and some demonstrations. And even when it comes to the block breathing, with the block breathing, I usually do it in 5 because, there's 555 Wellness Center, Wellness Booster. So but you can pick, you know, 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever that you want to use, okay? The other thing is, and this is a big one, especially for those of you who are doing some physical work, some physical volunteer. And again, even though I say advocate, it's not just volunteers, it's for people. It could be nurses and doctors and the police officers and the emergency services that's out there. They need to make sure they, you know, they get this video, okay? But also move. And so you want to make sure, especially before you are lifting anything heavy, pushing, or you have to be out there, you know, I'm about to say in the wilderness. It feels like a wilderness, I'm pretty sure, for those individuals. But make sure you're doing some dynamic movements. You know, pretty much for people who exercise, they know what that means. But for the most part, it's not static stretches, but it's more of like movement. Like if you're familiar with yoga, let's just say it's cat-cow. So you're doing that movement. You may be stretching. I didn't want to use the word stretch. I know I was going to do that because it's not a static stretch. It's a dynamic, meaning that you are moving. You got to get those muscles, you know, fired up before you start lifting and pushing. So again, you need to move so you can take care of yourself, okay? The other thing is to take notice. Take notice of your body language, but also the body language of those individuals that you may be helping. You know, especially if you're face to face, you're in person. Again, take that deep breath. Make sure you move, you know, get your energy flowing, but also take notice of their body language, their tone, and the specific assistance that they may not be open to. So meaning that nonverbal communication, take notice of that, because especially for those who have been impacted and you're helping them, you know, they may be in shock. You know, they may be overwhelmed and they may not be able to articulate. They may not be able to think clearly and be able to see everything. So they're using you. You are really a vessel for them. So this is another reason for you to center yourself, you know, and for you to create that space for them, but also for yourself, so you can really hear, and then also so that you can have empathy for them, but so that where you will be in a good space where you can still offer assistance and support and guidance for them. Just meaning where you will not succumb. You know, yes, it's okay to be sad and you may even cry, but even where you're able to, whatever the task is, whatever the goal is, for you're able to still to be able to do that, meaning to be of assistance for them. And then the other one is to be present. So it's for the most part for you to be conscious or to stay fully present in your interactions and offering your undivided attention to those that you are supporting. And pretty much what that means is, you know, because again, it's almost like going back to taking notice, because sometimes you can be so involved and it's so emotional, you know, and a lot of things are going on. You know, people have been without lights, people are, you know, some people without a place to stay, you know, and everything. And so depending on what kind of help that you are offering or support that you are giving, you know, it's so easy and it's human, you know, to pretty much to like, oh my gosh, you know, I don't know how to help them, and for you to feel, you know, what they're going through. And so for you to be present so that you can be supportive, you know, of them, and they can really feel that, you know, not just your presence because you're physically there, but they can really see and feel. And then the last one is stay authentic, you know, just be yourself. You know, even though, and especially for those of you who are face to face, you know, it can be so overwhelming. I can remember when I have volunteered for Hurricane Katrina, and I was in South Carolina, and at that particular time, individuals from the other states came to South Carolina for support and everything, and I helped out with that. And and I remember, just the feeling and everything. I mean, even though, like, I was grateful to be able to be there, to be of service, and to be able to help individuals along their way, but also because this just was so much and so many people, I had to make sure that I was grounded, in that. And so just offer genuine empathy, meaning, not, don't be an overdoer when it comes to this, and not even thinking that you don't even have to. Sometimes in situations like this, especially when people are losing things, really, again, kind of going back to take notice where they are. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like you are mirroring them. It's kind of like, for some individuals, don't be trying to cheer them up. We have to be careful with that positive psychology, but pretty much just meet them where they are. And so offer genuine empathy and support in your own authentic way. And then it could be because, let's just say if you're a person who has a sense of humor, you know how to key that in. And so, but just, I would say read the person, read the room, because that particular individual, they may be okay with it. Now, some people, they're really good. It don't matter who they are. It's kind of like the person is going to laugh. But in general, just be mindful, when it comes to this. And so to wrap this up, as the recap is, again, 5 powerful actions to be a hurricane relief advocate. And so center your foundation. I'm laughing. Center your foundation, move, take notice, be present, and stay authentic. And you're able to do this, okay? You're able to do this because of the fact you're taking care of yourself anyway. And as those of you who really want to make sure that the services that you're offering, and everything, that you are centered, that's the main thing. Because again, the day is gone where you're just overdoing. And there are times, don't get me wrong, that you may have to work overtime. Depends on, like what your business is, wherever it is that you may work, or you're just someone who is volunteering. Either way, and I know sometimes depends on, again, what your task is. There may be times it's like it's continue to do, but it's up to you to take a moment to be able to at least center yourself. But definitely move, because you need to do some dynamic movements, because you can't be breaking no bones. Going around trying to push and lift things and trying to be so helpful. It doesn't work that way. Even though you can say, oh, I gave from my heart, but you can't give from your heart and break yourself. It's almost the same thing. You can't give from your heart and be broke. You know what I mean? But anyway, definitely, if you have any other, I guess you say, tips and things for people that can be helpful, put it in the, definitely put it in the comments, because I definitely want to hear from you all the wonderful things that you're doing and helping, individuals. And everybody play different roles, and kind of depends on where you are in the world, where you are in the state of North Carolina, and however that you are, because it could be some of you may, give prayer, but even with that, you have to pretty much center yourself, take notice, be authentic, make sure that your energy is there, that you have the emotional capacity. So overall, do not overextend yourself. At the same time, whatever it is that you do, take care of yourself. So I appreciate all of you who've been able to hang in there and do everything that you can. Thanks.